What's up, guys? How we doing? How about that Super Bowl, huh? I'm not gonna sit here and gloat. Look, I know getting your ass kicked hard in the Super Bowl sucks, so I'm going to tread lightly and not sit here and be an asshole about it. As a matter of fact, I want to make the video about Roger Goodell himself. See, this is what happens when you obviously hold a team's hand, put them in a Super Bowl that they have no business being in, you get a boring ass blowout. Thank you, Roger Goodell. You know, the biggest game of the year ended up being a fucking snooze fest. Good job. That's awesome. I think that's the epitome of what this season was. And I don't know, man. It sucks. I think the NFL is going downhill. You remember back in the day, like 10, 20 years ago, when the Super Bowl was just 5 hours of pure entertainment? The commercials were all funny as fuck. The game was badass. The halftime show was your dad rock band. And then they started doing shitty halftime shows like Katy Perry and whatnot because they're bleeding in the younger demographic. So that was their way to try to get the younger demographic to watch their games. Or at least tune in. And then the commercials started being so damn expensive that the commercials are more like a flex, that we have the money to get a Super Bowl commercial spot, but we don't have the money to get good writers to make funny jokes. The commercials were so bad yesterday. There's 3 that I liked. Yeah, I remember going to school and everybody just talking about what their favorite commercial was because there were so many, and there was only 3 that I found even remotely funny, but I just kind of chuckled. One, the one with Post Malone, the Bud Light commercial, that one was kind of funny. The Tom Brady one where his batteries shut off and they have to reinstall batteries, and then they ask if he's okay, and he's like, why does everybody keep asking me that since the roast? I think that's funny because he's obviously been butthurt since the roast. Good line. And then the Pizza Rolls alien one where the kid's alien friend gets killed as it's leaving, but it went on a little bit too long. And that's sad. Those are like the 3 best ones, and they really weren't even that good. I will tell you, hearing Tom Brady at the end of the game sit here and say, yeah, that's what I was known for, was talking shit to the refs. I got 2 unsportsmanlike conduct in 20 years. I talk shit to the refs 1 time every decade. That's what I was known for, was talking shit to the refs. Shut the fuck up, Tom Brady. Breathe on you and it was 15 yards. That's what it was like. The refs always benefited you too. Shut the fuck up. That being said, am I here to shit on the Chiefs? No. They shouldn't have ever been there, man. And I think everybody knew that. Was I expecting a blowout on their end? No, I wasn't. But the refs can only give you so much. The Eagles are the perfect team. Their defense is amazing. They have such a powerful run game that's all the Chiefs could focus on, which allowed Hurts to throw it, and then if it wasn't there, Hurts could run. How do you defend that? How do you defend perfect run game, a good quarterback that has legs? They played an amazing ball game. And the Chiefs, you start the game off with that terrible offensive pass interference. That was a terrible fucking call. And I was like, okay, here we go. But for the most part, it was a roughly called game on both accounts. There was a missed personal foul on Mahomes at the end. I'll be the first one to say it, that when he got hit and that fumble was forced, that was a fucking personal foul. I don't know why that wasn't called. If you've paid attention, the last 3 Chiefs games, every single field goal from the opposing team, the Chiefs false start and they blame the other team. What the fuck is up with that? I watched the Chiefs false start on 2 out of 3 field goals yesterday. And all 3 times, they blame the Eagles. There was only one time that it was actually on the Eagles. All the other times was on the Chiefs. And then just a lot of missed calls on both sides. Like, yesterday was not a good officiated game. Like, there was a lot that leaned towards the Chiefs, and then towards the end there was a lot that screwed the Chiefs, and there was a lot of missed calls. And that's not what I want to see. I don't want to see the Chiefs get blown out and the Chiefs have bad calls against them. Sure, I'm sure some people are watching this and they're like, well, fuck it. They got a taste of their own medicine. No, I don't want to see bad calls, is my point. Like, it ruins the game no matter who is benefiting from it. Like, would it have mattered if Mahomes got that personal foul and that fumble never happened? No, probably not. They were, but I'm just saying there were a lot of calls that went the Chiefs' way yesterday for sure, but you can only do so much. They had no business being there. Everybody knew that, and they got their fucking ass whooped for it, and we got a boring game. So thank you, Roger Goodell. Some might not find it boring. Like, the Seahawks and Broncos come to mind. I remember my mom was going for the Broncos. I was going for the Seahawks, and because my mom's like a bandwagon fan, man. She just likes who's doing good. And I personally enjoyed watching the Broncos get smothered to death. But this game didn't make me feel good. It wasn't fun to watch. It was like all season long, somehow the Chiefs have just gotten lucky. And every game has been a controversial bullshit thing. They shouldn't have made it past the Texans. But would you rather see the Bills and Chiefs rematch or the Texans and Bills? So, nope, we're going to get the Chiefs there. Then somehow the Chiefs beat the Bills. Yeah, some of you will blame it on bad play calling. I think the Bills beat themselves. And the Chiefs did fairly beat the Bills in my eyes. There were bad calls, yes, but at the end of the day, the Bills got the ball with 3 minutes left and could have put the game away. But they didn't. The Chiefs' defense showed up. But we would have had a better Super Bowl. I think the Bills would have done better against the Eagles. Hell, the Steelers did better against the Eagles. However, the Eagles are on a win streak right now, so I'm not going to sit here and act like the Steelers are better than the Chiefs, but we did play better against them, just saying. The Eagles were the perfect team. Like I said, the Chiefs basically had to commit so hard to stopping Saquon, which they did a very good job at, that now Wentz gets to sit back and throw long passes. And if that ends up not happening, he can run the ball and has legs too. It's just too hard to defend. And then at the same time, they're keeping the Chiefs off the field. At the time of possession here is crazy. And the Eagles' defense is number one for a reason. They played incredible. And yeah, and then the garbage points that Mahomes, like the people that, first of all, I think this is going to be like the most unwatched game in Super Bowl history because nobody cares. I don't like the Eagles either. I don't like the Eagles fan base. I don't like, every headline I hear about an Eagles fan is pretty shitty. Like, I don't like either of them, That's the point. It's that we just saw them fuck both these teams, but at least the Eagles are a damn good team and earned it. The Chiefs just had their hand held, and then they were thrown to the wolves and got their fucking ass kicked. And while that might be pleasurable to some, I want a close game. I want the Super Bowl to be a good game. Jeremy, you're always unhappy. No, dude, the Chiefs should have never been there. They should have never beat the Texans. They should have never finished the number 1 seed. And the Super Bowl should have been the Eagles versus somebody else. The Chiefs never should have been there, is my point. Roger Goodell had a clear bias on what he wanted to happen, and the Chiefs got there, and then there's only so much the refs can do when you're playing an amazing team, and they got their ass kicked. Now, I will say, that 50-yard bomb by Mahomes at the end of the game, even though it was irrelevant, was amazing. That was one of the most amazing passes ever, a 50-yard pass, and I love the fact that Mahomes even though the game was over, was still out there. Like, fuck this. You like, I'm gonna make garbage time points anyway. Got to make that spread a little bit better, I guess. And I'm trying to mentally deal with the fact that Kenny Pickett just got a fucking Super Bowl ring. I'm trying to mentally grasp that. Fuck you, Kenny Pickett. Anyway, yeah, what a year of football. The playoffs were bullshit. Every Chiefs game was bullshit. I figured the NFC would take it, but I really thought the Lions were going to go. There were just too many good teams on the NFC this year. I wish it was the Bills and Eagles. I wish we got a good game. I wish the commercials were good. I wish the halftime show was good. And instead of being 5 hours of pure entertainment anymore, it's shitty commercials, companies just flexing that they're able to get in there. There were even political commercials of which I agreed with, but it's like, why right now? Why? Like the Stand for Hate commercial, right? I love it. That's a good message. Stand up to hate. But do you think that the people that this commercial is made for, that they're going to see it right now and they're going to go, oh, well, the TV told me to stop being hateful, so I'm going to stop being hateful now. No. So you're just wasting everybody's time when you're supposed to be making me laugh, man. And, yeah, the commercials were shit. The halftime show was shit. I'm not a big, look, some of you might like Kendrick Lamar. Awesome. If you enjoyed the halftime show, cool. I'm not saying the halftime show was ever amazing. It was always like dad rock stuff. But clearly at some point they started seeing the fact that they were bleeding when it came to young viewership. So that's why they started getting artists like Katy Perry and shit. Fucking Nicki Minaj and whatever. Yeah, like this was a 2 out of 10 Super Bowl to me, and it perfectly encapsulates the shitty season that it was. This was a shitty season of football, and I think the Chiefs are gonna have a tough time getting back here. Like everybody's being cocky, saying that the Chiefs are gonna be right back. The Broncos are getting better, and so are the Chargers, baby. The Patriots made the playoffs every year because the Bills, Jets, Dolphins were always awful. The Chiefs have kind of had a similar situation, but now the Broncos are getting better, the Chargers are getting better. At least you're not a Pittsburgh fan going into the season more confused. And I heard that we're thinking about getting Aaron Rodgers. If we get Aaron Rodgers, I'm not watching next year, okay? I don't want to see his old crusty ass on my team. What the fuck, Pittsburgh? Stop trying to cheat your way to victory, okay? Go through the rebuilding phase that you need to go through, okay? It doesn't matter if you got Tom Brady on Pittsburgh right now. You're not going to the Super Bowl. So, no, you better not. I don't want to see Aaron Rodgers diva's ass on Pittsburgh next year. Anyway, needed to mention that. Give Justin Fields a bigger chance. Jesus Christ. 6-game sample size, and he did better than Russell Wilson, and you're just what? Anyway, this isn't a Steelers rant. Just, I hope to see the Lions back next year. I really wanted to see the Bills and Lions Super Bowl, but this is just the epitome of what the NFL has become. Bad commercials, bad game, because Roger Goodell wanted a story. Will it be a three-peat? No, because they weren't even a top 5 team. It's not a surprise that they got blown out. Fuck you, Roger Goodell. Like, Jesus Christ. The NFL is the Super Bowl is a dying event. It just is. Used to be amazing. 5 hours of pure entertainment. Now the commercials are shit. The game is shit. And, the halftime show is shit, depending on who you ask. Anyway, I gotta go to work. Bye.